It says, now fear the Lord and serve him with all faithfulness. Throw away the gods your ancestors worship beyond the Euphrates River and in Egypt, and serve the Lord. What he's saying is now, y'all need to think about what God has brought y'all from. Fear him, serve him, but God has brought you from those gods that your ancestors worship to the belief in the one true God. And the worst thing you can do is to go back to what God has brought you out of. Oh, that'll preach in and of itself. For some of us, the worst thing we could do is to go back to some stuff that God has set us free from. Anybody know what I'm talking about in this church? And when it's all about choices, choose not to go backwards. Look at somebody, point at them with your church finger and tell them, choose not to go backwards. Don't go back to old patterns of thinking. Don't go back to old patterns of behavior. Don't get stuck in yesteryear. And saints, let me tell you, because for some of us, oh, have mercy, Jesus. Some of us, we have tried to go back and get some people that God didn't want you to bring. I heard a quote years ago, and it said that for some of us, we're trying to take old playmates to a new playground. And sometimes you got to leave the old playmates over there in the old playground and let them, because for some people, how many folk know, some people God had them in our lives for a specific purpose and for a specific season. And for some of us, it's time to pronounce the watchword, the Lord watch between me and thee while we are absent one from another. I knew you knew that. Choose not to go backwards, because let me tell you something. Sometimes if you go backwards, things are worse than they were the first time. Oh, I know I'm talking right in this church. I know I'm talking right in. If you go backwards, you thought you wanted the Lord to take whatever away. Go back and see what happened. Oh, Lord, if you just help me, Jesus. Some folk go on a 25-day fast. I know I'm talking right. You know, last Sunday, I didn't get to watch the game because Braxton, my grandson, insisted that we watch Rock Dog. But I did catch the ESPN highlights. And when I tell you I was rooting for the New Orleans Saints, that play, somebody say that play. Y'all know what play I'm talking about. I saw it. And the man from the LA Rams won pass interference. And then he hit the man with his helmet to helmet contact. So I didn't know who had won. I was just watching the replay. And I was waiting on the flags to go up. Somebody said they were too. And not a flag flew up in the air. And you know it's bad when the guy that plays on the LA Rams said he was waiting on the flag to go up too because he knew what he had done. But I said, that'll preach right there. Thank God that every now and again, when we know we've done wrong, and we could have got, they could have thrown the flag on the play. God, that's called mercy. Or somebody's living here today, you better thank God that they could have. Because sometimes those kind of flags end up costing you your life. All week long, they've been playing that same play. As of yesterday, they were still. Deacon Hogan told me he was in New Orleans for work, and one of the people trying to get the city councilman to put a law in effect that would make them play the game over. You ain't going to play the game over. Next week, it will be the Rams and the Patriots. You can keep looking back at that play, worshiping at the altar of that play, or you can learn the lesson. Let what happened fuel the fire to cause you to want to get hungry. How many? But somebody knows what I'm talking about. See, there's some stuff you can't change what happened. You can't change what they said. You can't change how they used you. You can't change how they took advantage of your kindness. But what you can do is let that be the fuel that fires you to keep moving the way you're moving, to keep doing what you know needs to be done. Sometimes what God will do, he'll let the pain of your past be what takes you to where nobody thought you could get, because you know I'll never be a fool again. I'll never play dumb again. What I will do, I'll walk in my godly potential.